Hi, in this video I'm going to cover the installation of the vent fans that were covered in the previous enhancements video, as well as a bunch of other enhancements I'm doing to the cockpit. Enjoy! So now I'm getting ready to install the fan assemblies that I built and covered in a previous video into the nose section of the 737 cockpit. So the fans will actually bolt onto the inside of the nose section and have tubes coming off here piped into the actual vents. I've drilled 2.5-inch holes through the nose section using a template that I made on the laser cutter, and then there are 3 layers of acrylic that will go on the outside. The first layer is this one. The second layer has some additional holes in it. It has holes, I think that's around the wrong way. It has holes here just so I can recess the bolts that bolt through the cockpit into the fans. And then in each of the corners and 2 in the middle there are 10mm holes. These holes will have neodymium magnets in them, so I'm just going to put 2 of them in at the moment. These go in, actually let me put 4 in. These go in here, and then there's the same on the other side. And then the final piece of acrylic that will go on, and all these pieces of acrylic will be cemented together, is this piece, which goes here. And then finally on the outside will be these meshes, which are normally used for computers to keep dust out, and they have magnetic strips on the back, and these fit into each of these sections here, and the magnets will hold them in place and make it easy to remove them as well for cleaning. So from the outside of the nose on the left hand side near my air conditioner, this is what you will see. And here you can see after I cut the holes in the nose section and remove the template. Here you can see I've now added the fans and the grille to the nose section, and then the filters on top of that. Here you can see the nose section with the seats removed and the rear circuit breaker bulkheads removed, as well as one of the side panels, ready to wire up the fans and also get ready for a few other enhancements you'll see later in the video. And this is after I installed the relay board and did the necessary changes to the avionics software, and here I am testing that the fans come on when I put the packs on. Here you can see one of the Grimes lights that I made installed into the side panel that I had removed from the cockpit to allow me to do that. The other thing I was adding to the cockpit were some side and floor panels to add a higher level of realism, and here you can see them installed. While doing the upgrades, I decided to add a little more realism to the emergency escape rope covers, and to remove the red circles which represented the latches, and design 3D print and install some more realistic latches that you can see here. I also designed, using pictures of the real thing, the ceiling circuit breaker lights on the first officer side, and using a combination of my laser cutter and 3D printers I proceeded to build them, and you can see the results here. And again, here you can see me using laser cut painter's tapes to create the mask to guide me cutting the hole in the ceiling to receive the contact breaker lights. And my final enhancement was to add the spare bulbs cover that goes in the ceiling on the first officer side. This is obviously just a dummy cover, but it adds to the overall feel of realism. And here you can see the circuit breaker ceiling light, the enhanced emergency escape rope with a more realistic latch, and also the spare bulbs cover in place. And finally, you can see here with the cockpit all back together, the seats in, the circuit breaker panels back in, you can see the window slides and the light on the captain side, as well as the enhancements I did on the first officer side with the lights illuminated the circuit breaker panels. The circuit breaker lights are controlled by the circuit breaker dimmer on the forward overhead. Well, that's it for now, and if you enjoyed the video and haven't done so already, please subscribe and click on the little bell to be notified of new content, and also consider giving the video a thumbs up. Thanks, and see you next time. Bye bye.